Hello, animal lovers, and welcome to the ICNU This 41 family. Today we are examining a sea creature that looks like it jumped right out of a fantasy film, making you say, this can't be real. I warn you, this creature is as dangerous as it is beautiful, as legendary as a dragon, as venomous as a jellyfish, and as elegant as an angel. Introducing Glaucus Atlanticus, aka the Blue Dragon. Subscribe right now, because we are starting with the most striking facts from the animal kingdom. The blue dragon, despite its name, is neither a fish nor a reptile. It's a tiny sea slug, only about 3 centimeters long. However, this slug's appearance on the surface will make you forget the ones you see at home. These silvery blue and white tones are part of its fundamental survival strategy. Scientists call this countershading. Since its upper part is blue, it camouflages with the sky. And since its lower part is silvery, it blends in with the water's surface. But how does this little creature stay on the surface instead of on land? Here's the first moment you'll say, I knew this. It has a gas sac in its body. By filling this sac with air, it floats upside down on the water's surface, carried by the wind and currents. It is simply a passenger, stealing venom to kill. What makes this tiny slug special is its feeding method. One of the blue dragon's favorite foods is the Portuguese man o' war, Phasalia phasalis, one of the world's most dangerous creatures, famous for its venom. So, how does the small blue dragon deal with this venomous giant? Unbelievable but true. The dragon eats the jellyfish's stinging cells, nematocysts, but separates them without activating them in its own digestive system. And where does it carry those venomous capsules? To the tips of the finger-like extensions on its own body. Meaning, by stealing the Portuguese man o' war's venom, it transforms itself into a much stronger, much more concentrated venomous weapon. That's why touching the blue dragon is much more dangerous than touching the jellyfish itself. The reproductive strategies of the animal world are always surprising, but the blue dragon situation is a bit different. Glaucus Atlanticus is a hermaphrodite creature. This means every individual possesses both male and female reproductive organs. What does this imply? When it finds a partner to mate with, both dragons can fertilize each other simultaneously. This is an evolutionary advantage for a creature living in the open ocean, where finding a partner can be rare. After mating, it lays its eggs on the surface of the sea or on a piece of drifting wood, ensuring its continuation. The blue dragon does not live only in one specific region. Because it drifts in the open seas, it can be found across most of the world's temperate and tropical oceans, from Australia to South Africa and to the European coasts. However, despite being so widespread, spotting them is quite rare. This is because they spend most of their lives on the thin film of the water's surface. When you do see them on the shore, it usually means they have been washed ashore by storms or strong winds. And again, we warn you, their venom is still active even then. So there you have it, Glaucus Atlanticus, a small slug that steals its own venom, uses countershading, and deserves the name sea dragon. Doesn't this information deserve to be added to your I Knew This folder? What surprised you the most about this creature? Share with me in the comments.